Thank you, Mr. Prabhu. The next speaker is Srimati Mausam Noor.
Thank you, sir. I rise today to oppose the Chartered Accounts, Cost and Works Accounts and Company Secretaries Amendment Bill. And I'd like to thank my party for giving me an opportunity to speak on this important bill. So let me begin by pointing out on behalf of All India Trinamool Congress that something fundamental has changed in how our parliament functions. While this particular bill has been scrutinized by the Standing Committee, the scrutiny percentage of bills in general has fallen. So in the 15 Lok Sabha, it was 71%. In the 16 Lok Sabha, it dropped to 25%. What is the number now? In the 17 Lok Sabha, as of December 2021, it was a dismal 13%. So my question is the government taking the parliament for granted? Sir, this government is not allowing the discussions on national issues which are affecting the masses, such as the burning issue of price rise. Bills such as these are important to ensure prevention of white-collar crimes and high-value fraud. But what about the loot happening to the common people today in the name of fuel price hike?
We are discussing cost and chartered accounting.
Shameful burden on their livelihoods.
Speak on the bill. Speak on the bill.
More shameful that we as their elected representatives are prevented from speaking on it in Parliament. Sir, I would like to state the grounds on why I rise to oppose this bill. So number one, this amendment bill proposes a radical change in the composition of the bodies which regulate the functioning of important members of the financial sector. This bill proposes the presiding officer of disciplinary boards formed be a government nominee and not a member of the institutes. In case an additional board is formed by any of the three committees, the presiding officer and one of the two members must not be members of the institute and will be chosen from a roster of people provided by the government. So not only does this allow for non-sector experts to influence the functioning of an industry-specific institute, but also gives the union government the power to interfere in the matters of a trade body. This is in direct contradiction to one of the government's favorite achievements, ease of doing business. What happened to the 2014 promise of minimum government and maximum governance? The inclusion of non-domain experts into the body and as the president is detrimental to both quality and morale. While there has been instances of accounting fraud, bringing in an outsider to regulate the sector may lead to situations where the outsider has no expertise and is unable to understand and suitably check fraud. So my second point would be the bill does not address the issue of ICAI whimsical censoring. Sir, in the recent past, ICAI has used the penal provisions to arbitrarily censor the content that some chartered accountants posted on social media. So the new bill does not address this issue. A suitable middle ground must be reached between the need to regulate by the government and prevent outreach by the members and the need for domain expertise in regulating such a technical field. In other technical institutions, such as the Bar Council of India too, the members are from the field. The government, however, seems to be making a habit of stepping into expert fields as it has done with the National Medical Commission. While government nominated members can provide requisite regulatory oversight, there must be a way of ensuring they are people with the necessary domain expertise. So the third point, the bill provides for disclosure of pending complaints or actionable information against members and firms. Disclosing details of pending complaints before finding guilt may tarnish their professional reputation and goes against the first principles of grievance redressal that complaints be evaluated and acted upon in a free and fair manner. Any premature disclosure is not only against the judicial decision-making process, but also an open invitation to unethical interference. We can't be living in a country where we shoot first and ask questions later. We live with the rule of law, where people are presumed innocent until proven guilty. This should apply in financial cases as much as in criminal cases. Sir, I would like to end with one last comment. The ICAI has criticized the Chartered Accounts Act 1949 for leaving the definition of other misconduct open-ended, calling this terminology vague. The present amendment does not address the ambiguity of this definition. If anything, the proposed changes widen the scope of said ambiguity, as any matter could easily be categorized as misconduct, and now the government's nominees are in the body to nudge it towards taking this interpretation. The absence of clearly defined parameters, coupled with the government's presence within the institute, could set a dangerous precedent for obscure and intrusive functioning. Sir, I conclude by asking the Centre what really is the policy: minimum government and maximum governance, or maximum government and zero governance? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next speaker is Sri P. Wilson.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Sir, I first of all thank that the bill is debated, because whenever a bill is